This week we honor a cross-country runner from South Jefferson who continues to produce exceptional results. Her mastery of the course earning her the Watertown Savings Bank 7 News North Country Athlete of the Week award. Ellie Roberts of South Jefferson receives this week's honor. This talented cross-country runner closed out another successful season. She was undefeated in the Frontier League this year, culminating in the league championship. She went on to win the Section 3 individual title, helping to lead her team to the team crown. She placed 6th at the state, 31st in the Federation. She also finished 2nd in the McQuaid Invitational. Not bad for a girl who's just a freshman.
I'm really happy with my season. I accomplished most of the goals, and I'm just looking forward to next seasons and what we can do as a team and what I can do individually. I love my family. They always help me, especially coming from runners too. Even if they weren't runners, they always support me, and I just love them, and they always are there for me. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. I improved my state title, which, I got 9th last year, and I got 6th this year in a more competitive class, so I'm happy with that. I have bigger goals moving on too, and I'm excited to see what the team can do. Summer season is always hard. It's more fun than hard, really. I love training, I love running, so the season, when it's off or on, the running's always fun.
Ellie is a leader on all levels, and it's not just the performance end, it's the discipline at practice, doing every rep to the best of her ability, stepping up to the line of whatever we ask them to do each day. It's the little things that really matter for consistency, and for a 9th grader, she models them so well. I don't think there's a wall there. I think every season she keeps challenging herself and exceeding not only her expectations, but I think the team's. She's a great leader in that environment, and I think not defining what success looks like lets her set the bar when she's ready.
Congratulations to Ellie Roberts of South Jefferson, the Watertown Savings Bank 7 News North Country Athlete of the Week.